Jalen Watson, point guard, 2025, Olathe North High School.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, Jalen. I know you're a busy man. We'll just start off by talking a little bit about your summer. I know you just finished your first session of AAU basketball before you go into working out with your high school and stuff like that. And you also went through a couple camps as well. Could you just talk to me a little bit about your first session in AAU and how that went for you?
Our team did pretty good. We only lost 4 games, and but we won most of our games. We ended up going to we made it to the top 16 for the next circuit, which is in Houston. We play against like the top 16 teams in the next circuit, and then also the Pro 16 teams. I think it was a pretty good season.
Will you do that after June then? Will you go back and will you be doing that stuff in Houston then? So it's like, is it just a break between those two? Okay, cool. That's awesome. And I know you've been through a couple camps, or I know you just recently went to a camp. Where was that at and how did that go? What was your experience like?
So the first camp I went to was the Dartmouth camp, and it was really interesting. It was a lot different than most of the camps I've gone to. Like we had obviously games, which is like at every camps, but then we also had a talk with a sports psychologist, and he like talked about like how he helps the Dartmouth team and like psychology and how that like goes to basketball. And like
Have you
I
ever
was
done anything like that before?
no, not really. Like it was mostly like about like confidence and like how to make up from your mistakes and not like trying to like build up on it and like make you play bad if you think about it too much.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about like what all actually does go into basketball. People just think it's going out there, dribbling the ball and shooting it, but there's tons of stuff. You could be going through a slump. Things like that will definitely help you get your mind right. Just help you build your confidence and get your game back going on the right path. So that's awesome. Is that the only camp that you'd been to?
No, the next day I actually went to the Yale camp, and a little bit more better competition, and a lot of kids there as well. It was a lot different too because we did an NBA combine kind of thing, and I got to test out my vertical in like a 3/4 quarter of the court sprint, and then also a box drill. And there was also a 3-point contest, 1v1 competition, and a 3-on-3 competition. And I ended up winning the 3-point competition, which was 16 threes in 1 minute.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank
What
you.
did your vertical end up being?
So my standing vertical was 37, and then my running vertical was 45.
Man, I've been seeing those videos of you dunking, so I mean, definitely, I knew you had to be up there, but that's ridiculous, man. That's awesome. It's only going to get better from there. I mean, you're only going to be a junior next year too, so I can imagine this season you're going to be catching a couple bodies.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your game. How would you describe that?
I really like to shoot the mid range. It's more just like a dribble, and then into the mid range. And if they're guarding that, I'll just drive by and try and take a layup. I'm also able to shoot threes, so basically I'm a 3-level scorer. And then also I have dunking in my abilities. So yeah.
Yep. Instead of laying it up every time you get to the rim, whenever you feel good enough, you're just gonna put it through the rim. I did notice. So whenever I've seen you play a couple times, but I do notice even from your highlight reels and stuff like that, you do a great job getting to your spots. Like you said, dribble, you're getting to like the middle of the paint or that mid range, and you're elevating where your vertical's coming in. You're elevating over people who might be bigger than you, and you're knocking shots down. You can really fill it up in a short period of time, which is something that any team would be looking for with you moving forward once you get out of high school and all that. So that's awesome. Is there anyone that you modeled your game after? Like any specific, like professional or?
Not really. There's just like a lot of players like that they just do a bunch of moves, and I just kind of like combine it and try to implement it to a game.
So you watch a lot of basketball then?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now in the NBA Finals, you've got the Heat and you've got the Denver Nuggets. Who do you have taking it all?
The Heat.
The Heat? Being down 2-1, you still have them?
Yeah.
Okay. Believe in Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna lock in, and just finish the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I know Denver's had their number last night, but every game's been close, honestly, which is I think favors the Heat. So I could see them definitely coming back and winning the whole series. I think it'll probably end up going 7 games for sure, though. But at least it makes for some interesting basketball to watch. What are you doing this offseason to give yourself an edge going into next year?
Well, I'm working out other times. Like I'll go up to the school and shoot with the gun. I also have workout sessions with the trainer, and then also just some lifting and other stuff like to work on my vertical and like my speed and all that.
Is your team doing anything specific like this whole next month? I know there's some, I think the camo, I think you guys are going to be playing in that. But is there anything else that you guys are doing specific, any like bonding things that you guys are doing to kind of help yourself gel even off the court?
I mean, we just have some like open gym stuff like for an hour, and then the other tournaments. Like we're in another tournament called it's like the Midwest Showcase like for High V. There's like a bunch of like teams, like high school teams from the Midwest, and they all go play in like things like somewhere in Missouri. It's a big
Okay.
tournament.
So that is at High V, isn't it? I think it's at High V coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be out there. Hopefully I can catch a couple games. What did you learn from last season? I know you guys made it to the state tournament, but what did you learn about you and your team? And how can you guys build off that going into this next season in completing the process?
Our team is definitely like really small compared to like all the other teams, but we're a lot faster than everybody, and we hustle a lot more, I think. So transition points would be helpful in our defense, and helping in the post will help us win games this year.
Perfect, man. Do you have like anybody like, well, I'm sure you might not know yet, but is there anybody that's coming in from different schools to play with you guys, or do you have pretty much the same team you had last year moving forward?
We basically have the same team, just missing the twins, the Parishes. So it's basically kind of the same starting lineup.
Okay, that makes sense. That's with every high school basketball team. And then, I mean, if you guys have mostly everybody coming back, your team chemistry should be awesome
Yeah,
moving forward. So, I mean, you guys should be. I mean, did you guys go to the state tournament last year, your freshman year too?
yeah.
Perfect. I thought so. So you've been there every year, man. That's awesome. Um, so who are you looking forward to playing next season? Like, what team are you looking forward most to playing, or is there a couple teams, or anybody specific, or just everybody?
Pretty much everybody, but the main goal is to get past like the first round of state because we've lost every time. Made it to state in the first round, so looking forward to winning that game.
Okay. The league should be really good again this year. There's a bunch of young teams. There's a bunch of juniors. The class of 25 in the Kansas City area is very high level. Should be a lot of good competition. Is there any specific tournaments that you guys are playing in during the season that you know of? I know there's tournaments in North Kansas City. There's the High V stuff. Is there any tournament that you guys are playing in that you're looking forward to?
No, not really. I think we mostly have like the tournaments that we have like a contract to. So like the last tournament we did last year, which was
The Western Kansas one?
I think it was.
Did you play in Hayes last year?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I got confused then, but that makes sense. Definitely going to go out there and I'm sure take advantage of those and get a couple wins early on in the season before you guys start league play. Is there any specific music or artist that you like to listen to before each game?
I do like to listen to YoungBoy. It's like mostly his like fast-paced music. I like fast-paced music because like it gets me thinking like really fast and getting ready for the game.
Gets you hyped up.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest influence in your life like towards like basketball or just anything and individually?
Definitely my uncle Ricky. He's trained me my whole life, and I've basically learned most of my moves and stuff off of him, and he still trains me till this day.
How long have you been training with him?
Probably since I've like started playing like kindergarten.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Did he play basketball anywhere?
Yeah, well, not like anywhere big, but he played high school basketball out of Latham Northwest.
Okay, that's perfectly fine, man. Okay, so last question. What do you like to do for fun outside of basketball, man?
Video games, hang out with my friends, and work out, I guess, because that's really all I really do.
I mean, once you get to a certain point, it becomes a job, man. So you already seem to be taking it serious right now. There's nothing but good things coming for you in the future. I can see that, man. You keep working. You keep getting your athletic ability up and you keep working on your game, man. Everything's going to go how you want it to go moving forward. And I do appreciate you taking your time out of your day to speak with me, man. And I wish you the best of luck the rest of the summer. Hopefully I can catch a couple games. I know I'm definitely going to see you play next year during the season, but good luck the rest of the summer and then next season. Okay, man?
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Well, this has been Takes with Coach Tate and Jalen Watson.